my phone here. Okay, I got to put this down for a second. Whoops. Let me just pop this in here so I can see what I am doing here. And I got to plug my phone in. I hope you guys can see okay. All right. Now, let me just make sure I got all these things set up properly. Hi, Candy. How's it going? There. That's going to have to be as good as it gets. All right. I don't know if it's backwards or forwards. Let me get my tea here. All righty. Okay, here's what's going on. Okay. I have pantry inventory. You're wearing down. Now, I can't see. Oh, sorry, folks. I can't see the chat unless people are chatting. Okay. Now, let me see if I can fix this. And hope the top doesn't slide down. See, this is this tripod. Oh my God. This tripod is, all my tripods are breaking. This is a cell phone tripod. I hope you guys can see what I am. Let me see if I can get this to stay up just by doing this. No. This stupid tripod will not go any higher because when I do put it higher, it won't tighten. It just slides back down. Let me just see if I can leave it there. Ah! Did it again. I'll tell you folks, January is not my month. You won't be chatting, just listening. Okay, now slide this down. Oh, for the love of crikey. Well, this is as good as it's going to get, folks. I'm sorry to say. Okay, so what I've been doing is I have been cutting out pieces from you folks. Here is some of the fabrics you have sent me. But I'm going to, whoops. Oh. I cut out enough from each fabric that's better. Okay, let's try it like this. Okay. I cut out enough from each fabric to make 2 stars. Okay. So this is the one I'm working on right now. Okay. And I'm going to tell you whose it is because I have the other one with the name on it. This is what I do. Okay. Now, this is from the fabric collection sent to me by Charlie. This is from Charlie, okay? Right there. And the next one I'm going to do is going to be from C Pile, okay? So let's work on those. Hey, 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 everyone. Now, I was looking for my needle and thread, but it's right here. Maybe you need to come a little bit closer. I guess my top is a little busy for you guys to see what I'm doing with this, eh? So how's everybody doing today? As you probably saw from my Facebook, can I zoom this a little bit? No, won't let me zoom. We took our Christmas tree down in the living room here. We've taken our, well, I am feeling somewhat better, but I'm still choking and hacking and snorting. But other than that, it's not as bad as it was. And I do apologize if I occasionally snort, folks. I have no adenoids, no hair in my nostrils almost. And it makes it difficult because I always have postnasal drip, right? And it's always going down the back. So here we're going to pin this on here. Happy New Carol Renigler. Did I say that right? Well, I hope everybody's having a new year. This is our year, folks. This is our year. I'm back. I'm getting back on track. Yes, I've still got this bloody cold, but I'm getting back on track. Now, if you notice, when I sew these, I don't start at the very edge of the fabric because of all these points. We always have to go in like a 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch in from the point and start there. I have, I'm getting back on track. Well, we're having spaghetti for supper, so you're not getting a video on that. But I have a video uploaded for Monday. You're going to see Howie repairing the kitchenette and bathroom floor downstairs. We had a problem with our... I wish I could say hi to everybody. I really can't pop out the chat while I'm doing this live because I can't even, I'm watching this. I don't want to move my phone. I'm watching this on my TV so I can see the chat. But we had a dehumidifier that overflowed down the basement. Plus, we had a water cooler at one time that used to be Mom's that got left running one night. And so that floor, there was aspenite, or OSB, it's flooring. It's rated for flooring, but it's chipboard flooring, right? It was 5/8 chipboard. And the problem with that is if it gets wet, it disintegrates. So Howie had to replace an entire piece in the kitchen floor downstairs. Plus, we had enough linoleum left. You're going to see the whole thing tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, you're going to find out what that big piece of sheet metal was for that I got for Christmas. So that there'll be a video on that. So I'm getting back into... I'm going to have to make banana bread this week. What do we got for chat going on here? What storms? Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of storms down south, isn't there? We're doing okay. We're just, hanging out here. Like I said, I got spaghetti sauce in the crock, which is just a can of sauce, some frozen peppers and onions, a can of mushrooms, and a jar of home canned ground beef. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, this is Charlie's. I've only got, the reason I started, the reason I'm doing this one halfway through is, hey, Laura. Krista Gray, hey, darling. Hey, Snacky Tea. I started this one last night. And I thought, you know what? It'll go much faster. And I can probably get 2 done in a live stream if I show you one I've already started. Look at that. Isn't that going to be beautiful? Look at that. Dinner sounds yummy. Well, dinner's dinner. So, we had a power surge go here the other night. It's one of the reasons our tree got undecorated when it did. we had a power surge, and thank God for the power bar that my TV and everything was plugged into, because there was some kind of local power surge, and we heard this big bang pop. Hey, how's it going? Carolyn Benjamin, hi. Yeah, only my office has any Christmas left going on. Well, it's not true. I got to take the paper present off the wall. And I'm going to be getting Howie on payday to pick me up some hole filler for that wall in the dining room. And I'm going to start filling holes, taking out all the staples and filling holes. Pot roast. Yummy. Hey, Laura, sup? How's it going, Wendy? How you feeling these days? Hey! Aw, well, it's good to see you. Where you been, Squeaky? Let's see if I can bring you guys in just a little bit closer without dropping anything. No, I have not received many cards. I'm hearing from folks that in the States that their post offices are still not, some post offices are still not accepting stuff from Canada. All I'm getting is ads. I got a couple of Christmas cards, and everything else has been ads, and my hydro bill and all that stuff. So you know what I honestly think? I honestly think that they didn't. Let me put it to you this way. I don't think the strike is over. I think they've just bottlenecked it, in all honesty, because stuff should be flowing like crazy. My box should be overflowing every day. In my post box should be overflowing. And when they said, "Oh, we're working to rule back on the 23rd," or no, they weren't. They weren't, and they weren't taking anything in U.S. post offices until the 23rd, and they're still not doing it. And now it's January 4th. So I honestly think that the post office working on the garden had to remove a tree, pull out a lawn, and put down soil for garden. Wow, that's a lot. Make sure you cover where you took the lawn out. Make sure you cover it with landscape fabric, because that stuff is tenacious. It takes years to get rid of grass, even when you think you got it all. So here's what I think's been going on. I think they just told everybody that they were working them back to rule, like making them go back to work, forcing them back to work. And either they're just taking their sweet time. They're just taking their sweet time because they were made to go back to work, or it wasn't actually. They weren't actually. They've just decided to do things at their own pace because they didn't get what they wanted in the strike, and they were made to go back to work. So I think everybody's just slowing the hell down and pretending the strike's over when it's really just, it's not a strike, it's a squeeze. That's what I think. That's what I think. I've gotten a hydro bill, 2 Christmas cards. I got fabric. I had fabric come in, which you all saw. But I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to start setting my table up for my plants. And no, I'm not going to do it and start it until the second week of February. That's what I think, Linda. That's what I think. So I don't, everybody, I don't think they're doing, I don't, you know what I mean? I think everybody's just pissed off, right? It's all my stuff that was mailed out before Christmas should have been delivered, should be here. What are you growling at, Gracie? There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. There's nothing. Oh, no, Gracie. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You just want some attention, don't you, darling? She has this ball with rubber fingers spikes on it. And she's figured out how to put it on the couch. And then she rolls. Oh, here she goes. She thinks she's going to get in my lap. And she rolls all over this ball, scratching her back. Oh, my baby, you're not getting in my lap. She's kind of on the arm and then tucked her nose down. Are you done? Because you're making mommy's nose itch. Can I have a kiss? Now what? See, there's a lump right there. Like a swelling there that she's had for quite some time. And if I ask her for a kiss, she's going to try and get on my chest. You watch. Can I have a kiss? She's really smart too. Don't think she doesn't know what I just said. Gracie, can I have a kiss? Can mommy have a kiss? Please. Oh, you make me so sad. See, told you, right on my chest. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, Gracie. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay, can I have a kiss now? Where? You know what? You were supposed to give me a kiss. Thank you. All right, please get down. Oh, please get down. Oh, my nose. Please get down. You make a mummy's nose run. Goodness. I'll tell you. Now she's got her toy, her moose or cow or whatever. It's a cow. It's a bull, actually, because there's no udders on it. All right. Oh, sorry, folks. Where did it go? There it is. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I'm getting back into this. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting back into the swing of things. Yes, Gracie, I'm going to make your bed. I just washed. She's gathered sheets from when Briar was here. She has a blanket, and then she has a blanket, and then she has a blanket, and they go from large to medium to small. And I have them, one's for the couch and two are for her bed. But I've just taken them out and I'll wash them, and she's just sitting on them. I haven't put them back in her bed yet. And she's just sitting on them like, okay, Mom, fix it. So Howie and I have been watching this series. We just finished the first season I believe it's on Prime, and it's called Landman. And Billy Bob Thornton's in it. And actually, Demi Moore's in it as well. That is a shame about the mail. I feel for those that ordered their prescriptions online and vitamins. Yeah, absolutely. Right? I mean, in this country, there's northern parts of Quebec and Ontario and stuff that are so far north that everything comes in by plane, including the mail, including their prescriptions and their vitamins and their social their retirement checks and all kinds of stuff. So I mean, it's not fair at all. So what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so I want to take all the staples out. I don't know, Wendy. I got a couple, but I don't think so. No, I don't believe I have gotten it yet. Hey, Hannah. Hi, Susan. So I'm putting the last one on. Isn't that beautiful? Not just gorgeous. I mean, there's so many different colors and shades in this. It's going to be stunning. I have a lot more quilt work to do, folks. I have to put my wool shop quilt on the frame and finish quilting it, because that's going to hang probably in the hallway or on my dining room wall. I may put my canning quilt back up on the dining room wall, and my wool shop quilt, I don't know. but they're not for use. They're for display, right? So, but there's that one, there's this one, and I have enough fabric, folks, left over, because this is why I said only send me fat quarters and one. But you know, some people send me whole sets of fabric, like Charlie here. This one will not be used in the star quilt only because the pattern's too big. But here's, thank you, Squeaky. Okay, Wendy. But this is all fabric you folks have sent me, okay, in this basket. So there may be a project down the road, but I can't promise, because I have my wool shop quilt to finish. I have, let me think now. I have this one to do. I have my grandmother's flower garden quilt to do. I have my nephew Mikey's to redo, one for Briar to redo, 2 or 3 for Arthur to redo. And Howie thinks I'm going to redo his that's being used as a mattress pad in my bed. No, it's too heavy. I can't recover it. The thing weighs a ton. There's just no way I'm going to get through that. But these are all things I have to get done. So there's going to be a lot of quilting or at the frame videos. You know what I mean? Hi, Linda Valcourt from Rhode Island. Well, thank you, Squeaky. Thank you. I got these on sale. I got 4 tops on sale for $7 each. And I got one pair of yoga pants. Not exactly what I wanted was in the yoga pants. And I got a bra and some, which I have to alter, of course. And underwear, bra, underwear, pants. Oh, and my Johnny Cash sweater. I call it my Johnny Cash sweater. It's long and black. I used to have one, and I left it in a restaurant somewhere a long time ago. All right, we're almost done this one, and then we're going to start the next one. And then we're going to start the orange one. We're going to finish it, and then I will be done for today. And maybe tomorrow I will do a couple more. Did you not check your messages? Spaghetti? I said I'm gonna be on here for a bit. I've got one more star to do, and then it's supper and TV. Hey? Well, I called to tell you, and it went to voicemail, so I texted you. Okay. Hey, Howie. What do I need when I take all those staples and stuff out of the dining room wall? What do I need to fill the little holes? Okay, do you have any? Okay, can you bring it up here with a slick so that maybe tomorrow I can work on that? Because you said you had almost a gallon of green paint, so if I fill them holes, you can do the 2 walls in the dining room, or at least the back wall. Right? And that way it'll be fixed. How do you know we're redoing our mortgage here, folks? We're patching it. Well, not patching. We're fixing stuff that has just been allowed to slide. You can get around that, Gracie. She's whining because she thinks she can't get around the tripod. Go see Daddy. I'm not moving the tripod for you. I just got it set where I wanted it. She'll jump over the back of the couch before she'll go around the tripod. I swear when we got her, she had been accidentally shutting a door because she was terrified of half open doorways. The door had to be all the way open. Okay, there's the pin. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? These are from Charlie. Steel rails carry me home to the one I love. So there's 2. These are from Charlie. I still have a few more to do with that one. There's another one from Charlie. See, these ones came from Charlie. Okay? And now I'm going to show you. These were a pile of fabrics that came from C Pile. I'm sorry if I only have the initial, but you can see how small the piece of paper is, right? So there was like 5 of these. So I've done a yellow one and I've done a blue one, and now I'm going to do the orange one. Whoops. Put them in the wrong place. Okay. So I have different colors of yellow. And I honestly think, which one do you think it should be? Should it be the darker gold for the center, or should it be the bright yellow? I don't think this camera is showing that very well. I think I'm going to stick with the dark gold for now. So let's put a piece of that gold beside. I think our Lilu was held down on her back. There's no way to get her on her back or for belly rubs. Really? Well, there's that, and then there's anything to do with brooms, right? Like a broom, a rake, anything with a long handle. And she's going to be 9 years old next month. And there's things she just don't forget. She does not like to go around things. She's very skittish. Okay, so here is... Hey, Alicia Day. Hey, Donna Rishi. Got 12 inches of snow. Hope you are nice and warm. We didn't get any snow. We got a little dusting of it. Well, I mean, you know, we got enough snow to say it's winter out. But there we go. Pretty soon there's going to be wood stove meals. All kinds of stuff I got planned for this winter. Okay. Now I have to thread my needle. Still waves carry me home to the one I... Hey! Mama Dukes, how's it going? I always stick them in the needles in the arm of my chair, but I tell you, it's not a good idea. Really cold and windy. Hey, Phoebe. You know what? I need more light here. Oh, good. I got my nice big crock pot, and probably tomorrow I'm going to make a cottage roll in my new crock pot, because I have some carrots to use up, a couple of potatoes to use up. Carrots are going moldy, so they've got to be scrubbed and peeled. A few potatoes, and I got a big head of cabbage, which I'm only going to use 1 slice of if I'm using carrots and potatoes as well. So I'm probably going to chop the rest of that cabbage and get my dehydrator back out. And get my dehydrator back out and shred and dehydrate the rest of the cabbage. Because that's, you know, when cabbage is on sale and I have a cottage roll, we don't use the whole cabbage. We dehydrate the rest for later, right? Again, now, you see how I started? See how I started? In the corner. Let me see if I can show this a little better to you. See how I started? Whoops. In from the corner, right? And you see where my pin is? It's not all the way to the edge either. It's in from the corner. Now, I was telling you guys, excuse me, that Howie and I watched the first season of a series called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton, and there's a small role, but it keeps coming back with Demi Moore in it, and it's all about the oil industry. And it's you know, it's a good watch, it's a good story, but you know what's really good about it is they if you pay attention, they tell you what a scam that windmills and solar and all that stuff really is. Right? And people are trying to get rid of oil and get rid of oil in the oil industry, yet we use 60% of our world's energy is comes from oil. Wasn't that it, Howie?
Yeah, but we do need alternative energy.
We do need alternative energy, yeah, because we're gonna run out eventually.
But also, we need it for all sorts of things like plastics and stuff. So we still need.
Yeah, and
even if we're not burning it.
Even if we're not burning it, there's huge. It's a part of every facet of our lives. The petroleum industry is, and yes, we have to find alternatives. We should be making fabric with hemp. We should be making fuels with hemp, shampoos, and all these things that shampoos and soaps and plastics all can be made with hemp. Okay, that whole thing can be taken over from in a new industry, in the hemp industry, which is actually a very old industry, right? And leave the fossil fuels for what they're what we have nothing else for, right? We can't build any more nuclear power plants, even though they're the cleanest burning energy on the planet. You know what I mean? Hey, Wendy. Hey, Mary Jo, how's it going, honey? So, I mean, it's a really good series. We just watched the whole first season. And now we're back to, I think we're on season 3 of Blue Bloods. I love Tom Selleck. I really do. Okay. And now this is, well, watch carefully. See how this is? I am going to flip this over like this and twist it over to the other side or the other edge of that hexagon. This is actually the fussier part. Okay. And once I have a whole bunch of these fabrics done, stars done, I'm going to start doing, see, and I just put it in the corner away from the corner of the fabric. And then I start where I left off over here. And I do a back stitch always through the first stitch. So that it stays nice and strong. Some of these fabrics are pretty delicate. So when it goes onto the quilting frame, it's probably going to take me a year to quilt this thing. It's going to take me a year to get the stars done, a year to quilt it, and then the binding, depending on how I do the binding, it could take me anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months, right? I have to snip it off there. No, I'm not a lefty, folks. It's my camera. I have no idea what's going on with my camera or why it's filming everything backwards. I may have to reset stuff, No, I'm not a lefty. Why are you mad, Squeaky Nips? The chat keeps disappearing. It only shows up when people are talking. And again, see? We have this. We're doing it right side of work facing. Well, I don't know how to get it out of mirror mode. I have tried everything. See? Right side of work facing, and we're going to go all the way up, matching it with the corner of the last one over here. See where this is, where this ended? It's not the best fabric to show this on. When I do a darker one, I'll do a little more in depth. And then we go through where the last stitch was on this side. And like that. YouTube's falling apart, folks. YouTube is falling apart. And that's not quite all the way there. I want to line it up perfectly. Right there. Boom. And then I slide this together and 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch in from the corner, and that's where we put our first stitch. You want to draw lines on these? You can even paper piece these, okay, folks? You don't have to do it freehand like I'm doing, okay? Now, I got to tell you, it takes a lot of paper to paper piece something with this many moving parts. However, if you do paper piece it, you see, now where do I cut? I cut mine out around here. And this is my sewing line, and I eyeball it. But if you were going to cut this out and wrap the fabric around it and baste it, okay, you could do it from this one. You could cut this out, all right? Or you could do it the bigger one. But paper piecing would be better if you're new to this, right? And all you'd have to do is look at my grandmother flower gardens quilt, the paper piecing of it, to show you how to actually paper piece this, right? Like Tesla and many others, many documentaries on it, but it will anger you. It angered me. Oh, no, honey, you trust me. Trust me. Watch the series. Watch the series on Prime if you have it, Landman. Trust me, you'll learn a lot in just a few episodes and a few words. You'll learn a lot about, we've been being lied to for a long time. As a matter of fact, they told us that oil was going to run out in the 70s. And guess what? We just built more fuel efficient machinery, right? The oil still gets used. We just found a more, productive way of using it and a cleaner way of using it, right? But people somehow think natural gas is dirty. It's not. Natural gas is quite clean burning. So, I mean, remember I said 2024 was the year everybody's eyes were going to be opened. Well, those whose eyes want to be opened. There's, we got to account for the people that don't want to know. You know why they don't want to know? Because they'd have to admit that they've been lied to, been duped, and been believing the wrong thing for so long. So there's a lot of people out there who are just not capable of admitting that they were wrong. Okay, so that accounts for a lot of people in the world right now. But the truth is, 2024 was the time that everybody's eyes are going to be opened, those who want to see. And 2025 is the year when people say, wait a minute, this is not how things work. This is not how things are supposed to work. And people are now standing up and saying, you know what? You've been lying to us and we're not going to take it anymore, right? Landman. That's what it's called. And it's really good. Okay. Look at how fast we're going through this, eh? So, I might be able to get another one on here. That all depends. It depends if you want to watch me sew another one or not. Right? There is none so blind as those that will not see. Who said that, Phoebe? Was that Shakespeare? Who said that? But that's a great quote. There is none so blind as those who refuse to see. That's right. Ow, ow. Oh my goodness. I hate sliding the tip of a needle under your fingernail. That hurts. Hurts like a thumb. Bitch. Okay. Back in a second. Oh, you're going to go check, are you? Outside with our dog, it's a whopping 17 degrees. Bev, you ever thought of doing a series review on your channel like Landman, I think it would be interesting. We would watch. Do you know where I would do it? As I would do it on Rumble. I'm getting real tired of begging for YouTube scraps from YouTube when when I'm not sure YouTube may always be around, but I'm not sure how viable it's going to be. They got this huge platform run by about 20 people and a giant computer, right? It can't hold. That's not sustainable. Hey, Grampy Campy, how's it going? So yeah, that's a really good. I can't wait for the next one to come out. The next one to come out for sure. I love Blue Bloods. There's like 14 seasons of Blue Bloods, and we're on season 3. So every once in a while, especially in wintertime, we pick a long-standing series. And I do movie reviews too. I've done movie reviews too in the past. But yeah, I'm telling you, that's a good series. And it opens your eyes, right? And we're supposed to go, yeah, but that's TV. TV lies all the time. You got to read between the lines, people. You got to read between the lines. So we finished Landman, and I'm ticked because I really want to see what's going next. What's coming next, because there's a lot of moving parts in that where things can. Oh, and another one. Another one is has everybody watched Yellowstone yet? On Paramount? Holy smokes. They are. The truth is always woven in. Absolutely. It's everything. See, that's the thing with the dark side of the world. All right? Those that have. Let me think about how I'm going to say this. Jonathan Swift. Okay. There's none so blind that those that refuse to see. Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, right. Yellowstone. We just finished watching Yellowstone, and it looks like there's going to be a spin-off series with Beth and Rip. So that was quite the series. So I'm looking forward. And the last season of Yellowstone was really, really emotional. Really, really emotional. But well done. And the end, you're going to love the ending. South Park has nailed far too much stuff. So has The Simpsons. I side-eye controversial stuff on TV now. If it seems plausible, Summer at Chalid is doing it or trying to do it. Yeah, exactly. It's called predictive programming, honey. It's called, they predict. I mean, look at The Simpsons. Like, holy crap, right? Don't tell me these people. I'm telling you, that's what I was going to say. Anything that has made deals with the dark. Okay? Anybody or anything. And when I say anything, I say that because not all living creatures on this planet are 100% human. Okay? God, that's a rabbit hole I'm not sure I can go down. But one of the deals, when the dark side made their deals, that they could do anything they want to us. Anything they want to the unknowing people of the planet. The only trick was that the dark side, or the dark beings, have to tell you the truth. Take care, Krista. They can do whatever they want, but they have to tell you they're doing it. And they've worked out a way of hiding stuff in plain sight so that only critical thinkers will think about it and see it. Okay? So that's how they get around that, is by hiding things in plain sight, but surrounding it with so much flashes, lights, and distractions that a lot of people either don't want to or can't see the truth that's in plain sight. It's not real. Yeah. Go down the rabbit hole. I love hearing these interesting things. Well, I have to be careful because if I go down a rabbit hole, YouTube might just say, oh, well, that's medical misinformation or the blah, blah, blah. They remove live streams. And I can't appeal because I don't save the live streams. I don't download them. Hey, Dave! Watching the televised memorial for President Carter. Yeah, Jimmy Carter. Didn't he start Habitat for Humanity? Wasn't it him and his wife who started Habitat for Humanity? I love these discussions, but I understand YouTube is a party pooper. Well, that's another thing. I'm hoping to get a new computer. I should have got a new computer last week, but money needed to, we spent money on things like linoleum and stuff like that. So you'll see it all. It's coming out in videos. But when I get my new computer, I'll be able to go live again on Rumble. And then we can have these discussions, right? So, I would do it but I can't go live with my phone on Rumble. I don't know why. Yes, Habitat for Humanity. I'm just about to get up for breakfast. Hey, Muriel. Just about to get up for breakfast, and we are on our last point. So yeah, this year I'm going to be, I'm looking for, I know what I've got to do. The computer, that monster computer I had built for me, piece of crap. It really is a piece of crap. It's, I know what I want. I know what I need. That's going to last me for a very long time. And that's got to be done very soon. But in the meantime, I got other projects I got to do. I want to, like I said with Howie there, I want to take down the paper and all the staples out of the wall on the back of the dining room wall. I want to fill all those holes so that Howie can paint it. And wait till you see tomorrow what he's done downstairs. We're still working on the downstairs. He's going to finish the, instead of ripping up the baseboards, remember when he did the floor in the living room downstairs? Hey, Sherry. Hey, Potty. The floor is like this much lower than the baseboards. So we've bought 1/2 inch corner or 1 inch corner round, which is going to go under the baseboard to tie the baseboards into the new floor. So look at that. Look and see now. Now watch. We flip like this. See? We just fold this over like this. Sometimes it's not, it's the stitching that you've got to pay. Again, if you're going to do this, do a paper piece quilt, folks, if you're new. Okay? I started this project like over 20 years ago. Okay? I think I started, no, not 20 years ago. I started it, well, yeah, because we were living in, I started this in 2004. Yeah, 2004. So that was 20 years ago that I started this. And it was prior to our bankruptcy and all kinds of stuff. And then we got into homesteading and all that fun stuff. And here's something that you guys need to know. We may still end up raising animals. It all depends on how fast we pay off our mortgage, right? Because our mortgage, as it stands right now, if we set it up the way I want to set it up, it's going to be paid off in 10 years. But if we set it up the way we have it set up now, and my truck is paid off next year, and Howie's car is paid off next year, the truck payments I'm making now, once they're paid off in December 2026. Wait a minute. December 2025. I'm not sure. Maybe I do have another year on the truck. But anyway, once the truck's paid off, it's going to go, all those payments are going to go right onto my mortgage. And so it will be paid off faster than 10 years. And when Howie's car is paid off, we're going to have to buy him another car. Right? But, Howie's 8 years out from retirement if I can swing it. And that way, he can putter and do, the odd job for cash in the garage. We can raise animals, throughout the summer and then go to Florida in the winter. Who knows what we're going to do, right? But my goal, I don't know how many people have been around with me for a long time, but I've been talking about this for over 5 years. I paid off the one loan that was credit counseling loan. I paid that off, and we're about to pay off our big second mortgage. It's all happening. Look at that. No. The interest rate we have right now is 2.9. But the second mortgage has an extremely high interest rate. Okay? So even if we rework the mortgage at 4.9%, which is 2% more, it's still going to drop. If we rework it and take over the second mortgage, it's still going to drop our payment enough that we will be able to add more to our mortgage payment. So it's all working out, but these things take time. They don't happen overnight. Look, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? It's like you were sitting in my living room and having a nice chat. Now, I got to ask you guys, do you want me to do one more? We've been here for almost an hour. I need to know if you want me to do. Well, thank you, Jazzy. A lot of people don't like these live streams. Some people, aren't into sewing. So there's one. Okay, let's pick another one then, shall we? That's okay. All right, now, who did we just do? C Pile and Charlie. This is D Cooper. We can do this one. Or, okay, we already did a C Pile. And there's Angela. And there's B McDonald. Okay. Now I think I want to stick with the darker one. Just because it'll be easier for you to see the stitches. You were in another live. Ah! All right, let's get back on here. All right, so this is by D. Cooper. And you'll be able to see, but I'm wearing black here. I'm wearing black. Hang on a second. Let me think. Let me see. Yeah, never mind. Ow, my knee. Oh. Hey, Dave. Okay. Now, I already have too many straight pins over here. Hey, Linda. Thank you. If they'd had any more, I would have bought more. Okay, so now I think I'm going to do this center as a bright yellow. Oh, Dave. Okay. All right. This is Dave. Hang on a second. I got to look at that again. Dave, right in something junction. Okay, so here we go. We lay that on there. See? Just like that. And in from the corner. Yeehaw junction, that's it. In from the corner. 1/4 inch. And you lay your pin along here so that you can keep things straight. And then we're just going to start. Yeah, Yeehaw Junction's a real place in Arizona. We went to a lot of really obscure places when we had our mobile home in Arizona. We went to, was it Tombstone? I can't remember. It was kind of like, might have been Yeehaw Junction for all I know. Out in the middle of a little ghost town, out in the middle of nowhere. All kinds of places like that. Oh, it's in Florida. For some reason, I thought it was in Arizona, Dave. Isn't that? Well, I learned something, didn't I? I know, Yeehaw Junction. I'd move there just for the name. Just for the name, but, they say Florida's sinking. You can't prove it by me. You know, why would they still be, if Florida's going to end up underwater in 10 years, then why are they still giving 30-year mortgages? Let that sink in. Right? Things are going to shift. Yes. But it doesn't mean that, the world is going to be covered in water, for God's sake. Some people, think about it. People get so busy caught up in the details that we're fed by mainstream media that, common sense sometimes goes right out the window. Common sense tells me they wouldn't give a 30-year mortgage on a property in Florida if Florida was sinking, would they? Just saying. Oh, I got some weird accent going on. Sorry, folks. It happens sometimes. I talk to so many different people around the world that my accent switches from wherever I'm thinking. Neat. I was thinking the UK, they got interesting names. I watched a movie last night. Huge buildings and resorts, too. Exactly. Stop digging underground malls and another world, and it wouldn't cave in. Well, they say that the reason there's no fly zones over the North and South Poles is because those are the entrances to an entirely different world of civilization called Middle Earth. Or, well, Middle Earth, they call it, Tolkien stuff, Tolkien-esque, but Tolkien-ish. But the truth is, there was a company in Russia that decided they were going to drill as far as they could drill. And when they got down, the rock did not melt. It wasn't lava. It was like almost like a plastic substance. So whenever they drilled, it would gum everything up and they couldn't go any deeper. But they were the deepest to ever get. And there's reasons why you can't drill, because we don't really know. We do a lot of assuming of what goes on this planet and in this planet. And we've been fed a lot of whoppers in our lifetime. You know, we've been fed a lot of whoppers over thousands of years. Home insurance in Florida is outrageous. Well, I'm going to tell you what, you want to know what my home insurance is right now? Starting at the end of this month, our insurance for our house is $489 a month. And that would have been $590, but I decided not to have earthquake insurance. My grandpa always said there is a dome around the world. Well, here's something else to make you think. What if the dome or our atmosphere actually is holding back water? What if space is water? I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Do we really trust, things like moonwalks and satellite pictures and all that stuff? We've been fed some whopper. We're in a snow globe. There you go. There are treaties to no drilling or mining. Hang on a second. Both poles from all major countries. No reason given, just what they decided. Yep. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that we could think about. Let's put it this way. The only thing I can think of is that the orange chicken is a good choice. Orange chicken. So, hi, Mindy. So, think about it this way. What if everything we know or think we know is not true? That we're living in a grand illusion. So we'll see. I mean, 4 years ago, everybody believed men like Fauci and Bill Gates, okay? And the World Health Organization. Oh, I need a new thread. Right? If they didn't invent all these world disasters. Well, now, the climate is changing. That much I will say and agree to. But it's always changing. Think about it. If the climate changes every friggin' day. It's called seasons. Right? And depending on the axis of the earth to the sun, which we're not sure even exists, right? What if everything we've ever thought of, think about it this way. What if everything we've ever been taught about space and the oceans and history is only the tip of the iceberg? What if we've been being lied to about history? Because let's face it, we go back a lot farther than recorded history. And when history is recorded, it's recorded by people who are looking at it in their time frame. So if you're living, say, 5,000 years before Christ, and you see a burning bush, okay, I'm just using this as a reference, okay? And it talks to you. Or you have an experience with an otherworldly being, and the only way you can describe it is to call it a burning bush that spoke to you. Because they didn't have anything to compare these experiences with, so they really didn't know what they were dealing with. So if that's the case, I'm not talking about knocking down statues of Sir John A. Macdonald because he, was the prime minister at the time of the schools, the schools for the indigenous kids and stuff. I'm talking about rewriting our entire history of origin. Okay? They still don't know where the rhesus negative blood comes from. Right? So that is, if you think about it, we've been going through our lives expecting and accepting everything that we have been told by smart, religious, experts, and we've just been taking their word for it. What if sow and grow? What if what if we've been being lied to? I'm just asking people. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm asking people to think. Okay? If, the sky is blue, and you can have 100 million scientific expressions for why the sky is blue during the day. Well, not so much these days anymore with chemtrails. But we still call the sky blue because someone told us that's what that color was. What if they were? That's an example of what if everything we know has been taught or told to us. We've been indoctrinated in a lot of stuff that if we just wake up, it'll be, if you knew half the stuff that I understand, if you knew half the stuff I understand, you'd be terrified. But I'm not here to scare people. I'm here to tell people that use critical thinking. Think for yourself. Don't just accept. Don't accept anything I say. Don't accept anything you see as rule of law until you've investigated for yourself. Go through some rabbit holes. People we were told to listen and respect as young children, then we grow older and forget how to ask questions until we do again. And then some of us never stop. Exactly. Right? Because this is what I said a while back. One of the reasons we were raised being taught not to talk, about money, politics, or religion. Now, where did that come from? Oh, shoot, I got a knot. Hang on a second, folks. Where the heck did that come from? Right? Crap. I mean, what we should have been taught, and I'm repeating myself, what we should have been taught is how to have civilized conversations about difficult topics. Now, this is a double thread. I don't know if I'm going to get... Oh, I got it through. Good job, Bev. What we should be teaching our children is to have critical thinking and have conversations, about difficult topics, right? That's what we should be teaching our children, not to shut up and do what you're told or swallow everything you're fed. Question everything. Question everything. Now that sounds pretty easy, isn't it? Sounds pretty easy, isn't it? Well, that's the whole point of life. When we stop questioning, then we become sheep. Look at the horrific status or the excuse me, I'm stuttering, and I used to stutter. Look at the state that my country, Canada, is in. Okay? All because we have a system in place that won't let us get rid of the crook in our government, the crooks in our government, because the system is in place that they can support each other and lift each other up to get what they want. Our country is being held hostage by Jagmeet Singh so that he can have a pension. We could have elected Trudeau out a long time ago, over a year ago, right? But Jagmeet Singh says, oh, I'm not supporting the Liberals yet. They're still in office. And he's not going to vote non-confidence until he gets his pension. Isn't that nice? That's the country I live in. The whole system needs to be torn down and rebuilt from the people up. And that's not the first time I've said that. But we need a whole different system where everybody is accountable. And in all honesty, I have never been a follower, never followed the trend, never been a brand name person, nor need the best of the best. I think this helped see through the BS easier. Well, there are times when name brand things are better than knockoffs. But the way it's gotten now is they've gotten us so oh, shoot. I did it again. They've gotten us so used to buying cheap shit from China that now all the good name brand stuff is being made in China. And now, if you want something quality made, you're going to pay elite income prices. You know? It's like saying the last 4 years have opened a lot of people's eyes. Absolutely. It's not a government at all. It's corrupt to the core. Corrupt to the core. And there's no guarantee that Pierre Poilievre is going to be the answer. Because guess what? Trudeau rode into this in 2015 on a red wave. Everybody believed everything he said. Okay? But by Canada Day, we couldn't look at him making his bad actor speeches on Parliament Hill and all that stuff. And yet we haven't been able to get rid of him. And he has done nothing but bled our country dry. I can't even get into this, folks, because if I get into this, it's gonna get slammed. So yeah, absolutely. We need to be a republic. And no, we don't need to be bought out by the US, okay? But I'm telling you, things got to change. That's for sure. Oh, we got two more. Isn't that pretty? Look at the little hearts and flowers. So yeah, that's, this is Canada. And don't believe everything you hear about, Russia and the Ukraine and all that stuff, okay? Because these are all that's just money laundering as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think any country should be allowed to support a war in a foreign country when its own people are lining up at food banks to the tune of millions of people a day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I'm getting a little too heated. Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Trump's got a sense of humor. He really does. I kind of wished he'd kept his promise when he said when he became president, if he would, well, actually, he isn't the president yet, is he? He's the president-elect. When he said that, the first thing he was going to do is when Justin Trudeau came into the United States, he was going to throw him in jail and throw away the key. I wish he'd do that. Because this man is bleeding our country dry. You shouldn't be allowed to invest in wars and all of these things in humanitarian aid for other countries when your own country is bleeding to death on the ground. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. Oh, I can smell that spaghetti sauce now. I gotta go make those noodles or get the water on for noodles as soon as I finish this star. So, and the problem is, folks, is the reason I've got to get a new computer so I can do this stuff on Rumble is I can't download this until YouTube. See, when this is done, I would like to be able to download this, edit it, and put it up on Rumble, but I can't do that. If they say that I've said something wrong, okay, or against the community guidelines, they will delete it before they oh, excuse you, Gracie. That was a good, big burp. What they do is they make it so that I can't download it until they have checked it over. And if they checked it over and found I'm in violation of community guidelines, they will delete it. And I can't download it. So that's why it's really important that I get a new computer soon so that I can do these discussions live on Rumble. Crap. I did it again. I'm so cheap that this thread is broken. It's doubled. I don't know if you can see that. It's a double thread. Canada is taxed 60% with 40 million people. The US has 346 million people. Yeah. Yeah. And our country is rich in oil and lumber and minerals. So why are we so poor? I'm telling you, we pay half of our income. Between Howie and I, we pay almost half of our income out in taxes, and it's half our income in taxes and insurance. You know, my son got an apartment, and half his income goes to paying his rent. The reason I can't go live on Rumble right now is because my piece of crap computer no longer recognizes my webcams. And I can't go live on my phone on Rumble. I don't know why. I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, well, when people like Jagmeet Singh can wear a Rolex and an Armani suit and hold our country hostage so he can get a pension that's going to cost us millions of dollars, the Canadian taxpayer, so he can walk away with a pension for the rest of his life and never have to work again. And that's being allowed to happen right now. Oh, yeah. But see, the people in Parliament are saying, okay, well, I'll vote this way if you do that. Right? Or I'll vote that way, or I won't vote this way if you do that. They're making backdoor deals to save their own asses when an election should have been called, 4 years ago, after the last one. A man who got 32% of the vote in the last election should not be allowed to make this many decisions about our country because another party is propping it up. That's wrong. It's corrupt. Right? And this is our last pedal here, folks. Hey, Garnett. Yeah, I hear you, honey. All right. We're on our last one here. We've been here an hour and 20 minutes. Yes, Gracie, Mommy's going to fix your bed. Don't you worry. Oh my goodness. And I do a double, whoa, Scheisenheimer. I do a double stitch through the first stitch. And then I do a double stitch through the last stitch. I do a double stitch on the joints. Hang on. I do a double stitch on the joints, but I also do a double stitch halfway along the seam. Why do I do double stitches? So that if something breaks, everything doesn't fall apart. That's the problem with a sewing machine. Okay? Your seams can be taken apart with a seam ripper. Hand sewing, a lot more difficult to get things to fall apart. Come on, you. Got it. So I'm halfway, or a little more than halfway across the base of this. So I'm going to just go back through that stitch again. And then get to the end, to the corner. Back stitch it again. Flip it up to the other petal. Where'd my pin go? Put the pin in at 1/4 inch from the corner. And we finish. Back stitch through that first stitch. Excuse me. I've still got this cold, but it's going. Excuse me. And all the way about halfway down, I'm going to put another back stitch. And don't sew your stitches too tight. Okay? You want to have some give. Because a lot of this stuff is lightweight cotton. Okay? Feed sack fabrics and stuff. And if you make your stitches too tight, when they get pulled on later on, they can rip the fabric. Especially since a lot of my fabric is cotton and I use a polyester thread. So always don't over tighten your stitches or you can rip the fabric later on down the road. Oops. Come on, you. Come on. And one more back stitch through. And there it is. There is Dave from Yeehaw Junctions fabric. It is now time for me to go and boil noodles for our spaghetti and get ready to watch TV with hubby tonight. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And pretty soon, I'm going to do a few more of these and then I'm going to do a few where I'm sewing some together. Okay? I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you soon. And remember, Landman on Amazon Prime. Watch it, listen, pay attention. Take care. God bless. How am I doing this here? There we go.